Kylian Mbappe unleashed a war against Neymar Jr., pushed Messi, and in other words, completely lost his mind. No, friends, this is not some football fan fiction theory. These are real situations that happen at PSG. What is wrong with Kylian and why he can ruin not only his career, but also the present and future projects of Paris Saint-Germain? We will explain the matter in today's video. The Ligue 1 fixture against Montpellier was supposed to be, and it really was in fact, an easy walk for PSG, who were in unbelievable shape at the start of Ligue 1. Parc des Princes saw another victory for the Red and Blues, a confident and telling 5-2, with excellent performances from Messi, Mbappe and Neymar. However, everything was not as smooth as the post-match highlights can show, and we are not talking about the team's performance. All eyes on a poster boy, Kylian Mbappe, the main star of the team. The striker returned to the main roster after the injury and acted rather nervously. In the 23rd minute, the Frenchman missed the penalty. Then, an own goal happened right after his screamer. But at the end of the first half, Donatello finally snapped. Paris Saint-Germain earned the right to another penalty, and Mbappe decided that he should try to take the shot once again. Firstly, he pushed Messi with his shoulder, then approached Neymar and demanded the ball. The Brazilian looked at his teammate with a confused expression and refused him. In another episode, the leader of PSG offensive, not receiving the ball from Vitinha, stopped and emotionally waved his hand. The Portuguese decided to continue an attacking attempt through Messi. When Mbappe did score in the 69th minute, he didn't even celebrate the success. PSG players had forced him to do so. More than strange behavior, don't you agree? Football fans were completely shocked by Mbappe's actions. Mbappe is hilarious, man. When Messi was at the peak of his powers in 2015 and widely considered the best player ever, he was still more than willing to accommodate Neymar and Suarez. Let them take penalty kicks, move to right-winger positions, whatever. Who does this guy think he is? Fan Evan tweets. If Mbappe acted like this with Ramos or Casemiro or Ronaldo or Benzema around, he'd be declared a sensational flop even before his career started. He played with Madrid's fans' emotions for years, only to show his true colors in 2022. That's where Vinicius and Mbappe differ. Real Madrid fan Ashish tweets. Moreover, even after the game, there were lots of interested insiders from journalists. Allegedly, there was at least a commotion between Mbappe and Neymar Jr., and the next day, the management arranged a meeting with both so that they would settle this conflict once and for all. So what's the matter? Why is Mbappe behaving so strangely? Does he have a conflict with Neymar and Messi? All these questions of yours will be answered in a second. Mbappe is a typical human nature kind of story. When friends become the greatest enemies at After watching this clip, it becomes obvious that the relations between the Brazilian and the French have become far from friendly. The final trigger for the complete destruction of roller coaster relationship between Mbappe and Neymar was set by Kylian's contract renewal. Yeah, you've heard it right, don't be surprised. The Frenchman put an end to his long saga with a transfer to Real Madrid by renewing his contract until 2025 with unbelievable conditions, with which he will be receiving the highest salary in the world among footballers. 57 million euros per season, plus 300 million euros of possible add-ins, and most importantly, he got the opportunity to affect the club's transfer policy and head coach decisions. Only Lionel Messi could have such carte blanche in Barcelona. Of course, Juninho did not like what was going on. Right after the crucial tie versus Montpellier, the Brazilian officially confirmed that by liking the following tweet of one of his fans. Now it's official. Mbappe is the one who takes the penalties at PSG. Clearly, this is a contract thing, because in no club in the world that has Neymar, he would be the second collector. None. It seems that because of the contract, Mbappe is the owner of PSG.
Lionel Messi has scored, one of the greatest players there's ever been.
It's Neymar to leave PSG. This is yet another reason why recent friends have become bitter foes. According to journalist Romain Molina, Ney found out about the matter and it became the final straw. It was reported that Messi opposed the departure of Neymar, although the management was ready to follow Mbappe's request. Since then, Lionel was not considered a friend for the new leader of the PSG project. During the pre-season tour in Japan, the MMN trio gave a press conference and the guys were placed in a strange manner. Messi was seated in a center as an obstacle between Mbappe and Ney. The Argentine sat closer to the Brazilian, while Kylian was a bit detached. This picture says it all. This was during the water break versus Montpellier. Kylian Mbappe alone at the center away from his teammates. No wonder this tweet, which surprisingly accurately described the current situation in troubled Paris, went viral on the internet. This was not the first time Mbappe demonstrated his arrogance. He allowed himself to criticize head coach Thomas Tuchel for an early substitution on camera, sabotaged to return to the pitch after a racist scandal in a match against Istanbul, threatened to kill Jordi Alba in the street, and clashed with Giroud and Griezmann in the national team. Mbappe doesn't do anything especially terrible, but in recent years his behavior clearly suggests that the boy got a bit starstruck. Take his phrase of him considering himself the best football player on the planet, for example. This problem has been discussed in France for quite a while. His potential is incredible, but also has sides that are a bit more difficult to handle, and when things don't go well, he gets a little whimsical and starts to sulk, believes respected Figaro journalist Baptiste Desprez. It's not at all easy for the balance of the group. When the squad ignores him or it's not what he wants, Mbappe lets him know and he gets in a bad mood. Mbappe has become worse at treating his teammates and interacting with them, notes former France and PSG footballer Jérôme Rotten. The duo of Messi and Neymar kicked off the season very brightly. In the games for the French Super Cup against Nantes and in Ligue 1 first match day against Clermont, the Argentine and the Brazilian performed like they were in their finest Barcelona years.